I think it's a big challenge I experienced for foreigners to go to India and to know where to go in India for a health retreat. So there are so many. There are literally thousands of health centers in India that claim to be naturopathic or Ayurveda or yoga based or what have you. Um, and there's no online platform where you can go to find out which is the best resort to go to and why, and to know what you're getting into. So I decided that I wanted to create an online platform that would enable people to simply access the best India has to offer in terms of Ayurveda and yoga, and to also provide an extra level of service whereby they're guided to the right center for them, for the time that they have available, for the budget that they have available, for their particular health need or goal, and at the and going at the time of year that they have available in their calendar. So all of these things combined made me want to start Ayurveda because there's an information gap online as to where to go for Ayurveda in India, where to go for yoga, and then there's also a great unknown as to well, what really goes on there. So Ayurooms is a company about taking away the guesswork, to creating predictability of experience, to letting people know what they're getting into and where to go to get a particular treatment or health program.
Okay, and how is life in the detox centers? Is it like very extreme? Should one be prepared?
That's a very good question. The program and level of strictness varies from center to center to center. And that's very important to know before you go there, because there are some places that will absolutely not serve non-vegetarian food. So if you're someone that must have chicken or must have pork or must have meat in your diet, you will be disappointed if you're going to go to a place where the diet is restricted to vegetarian food. There are some places that will not allow cigarette smoking on site. There are some places that absolutely do not serve alcohol. There are some places that do. So the Ayurveda landscape in India is very diverse, ranging from Ayurvedic homestays that are run by husband and wife teams where both are Ayurvedic doctors, to luxury 5 and 7 star resorts that are highly exclusive, very expensive, but everything is provided there that you would want or would expect in terms of luxury and comforts and food and whatever that you wish. So the landscape is very diverse, and one of the things Ayurooms does is to help you understand the level of strictness, what is allowed here, what's not allowed here, and what the variations are between the resorts.
Why do they have a focus on
Vegetarianism? Uh, I think it's because a lot of the toxins that we accumulate in our body have their origins in the foods that we eat, and the level of toxins in meats tends to be higher. So meats are raised, or poultry is raised in such a way, are fed things that result in toxicity being higher in meat than in vegetarian foods. The other thing is about digestion. Digestion plays a very important part in Ayurveda, and meat and meat-related products take longer time to digest, whereas vegetables and plant-based foods are easier to digest. And so foods that are easy on digestion aid in the healing process. They aid in the absorption of herbal medicines that you're given as part of a treatment. So Ayurveda does not say become a vegetarian. It says abstain from these sorts of foods to restore balance in your body. And once the balance has been restored, then go back to eating certain foods that you enjoy. Ayurveda is not about complete abstinence, and it tends not to say you should never have this and never have that. Even fried foods, you'll find certain dishes that are fried that are part of Ayurvedic cuisine. So that's something that's unusual Whereas we tend to think in the West that anything that is fried in oil or deep fried is naturally bad for you. Ayurveda is about balance, balance in the lifestyle that you lead and balance in the foods that you eat.
What would you say to non-believers, like you were also yourself?
I would say give it a chance. Just give it a try. Go and take out 12 days, 14 days, 7 days, whatever you can give out of your schedule, and go and experience an Ayurvedic detox in India. If you only have 7 days, start the process before you leave your home country. That is, start having a vegetarian diet 3, 4, 5 days and light meals, having meals at fixed times. So have breakfast at a fixed time, have lunch at a fixed time, and have dinner at a fixed time. And get on some sort of routine and program before you arrive. But if you're not able to do that, then allow a longer stay for your first Ayurvedic experience in India. And that, I would say, should be a minimum of 12 days. But if you can give 14 days to 21 days, it's only you that's going to benefit. There are certain health issues that we struggle with for 10, 15, 20 years in some cases. There's not a person in this world who doesn't have some health issue that they've always had and assumed it's normal. It's just become part of their lifestyle. So Ayurveda says, take the time, address the issue, find the imbalance, balance the body, and then go back to living your life and come back, a year later to clean up again.
So how much does it cost to book a trip like that?
So the first thing to know about Ayurveda is that there are 3 different periods in the year where the prices vary. So the year is divided into 3 parts as follows. So between May, the beginning of May to the end of September, is considered the low season or the monsoon season in India. So the properties tend to be highly discounted. The same room that would be 200 euros would be on for 130 euros per night. Just as a comparison. So the discounts can be anywhere from 20 to 40% in that range in terms of booking between May and end of September. Then the period between December 18th and January 10th, what we think of as the Christmas New Year's period, tends to be called super peak. So things tend to be double the price or at least 30-40% higher than the rest of the year. So then there's what's called the peak period, which is basically when the temperatures in India are the coolest and the climate is most pleasant for foreigners in particular. And that's from the beginning of October to around December 18th or so. And then again from January 10th to the end of March. So that's how the seasons affect pricing. And the pricing can range depending on the property. If the property is at the beach, they can be expensive. And the range in price can be anywhere from 200 euros a night up to 500 euros a night, depending if it's a 6 or 7 star property. But then I also have properties in the Ayurooms portfolio that are as low as $95 a day, 95 euros a day, that are very, very reasonably priced. But that's at an Ayurvedic homestay. And there's everything in between. So it really depends. What we do at Ayurooms is we try to understand how long can you go for, what is your budget, what's the maximum amount of time that you want to give, what is your budget, and what particular health goals are you trying to achieve. And then we present you with options. We give you anywhere from 2 to 5 options, and we outline the pros and cons of each, and then we work with you through the decision.
Which is the main challenge of booking an Ayurveda trip yourself?
I think the main challenge is the lack of information, first of all, online. The lack of information, of reliable information, of where to go and why to go there. So you can go to TripAdvisor and you can look up different Ayurveda properties and you'll get people's opinions. But the thing that Ayurooms does is that we know each resort intimately, and we only work with resorts, Ayurveda centers that we handpick, that we know their strengths, we know their weaknesses, we know their doctors, we know their GM, we know how long it takes to get there from the airport, we know which rooms are the best. We know each resort inside out, and therefore we're able to guide our clients as to this is what you can expect at this resort. These are its strengths and these are its weaknesses. This is why you want to go there, this is why you do not want to go there. And then we empower them to take the right decision. But in terms of the challenges, The pricing, it's never one price. So you actually don't know what you're finally going to pay until you get there. You may get a quote, and the quoted price is different from the end price once you add in all the medicines that you have to pay for, or that your airport transfer wasn't included when you thought it was, or you were given this price in euros, but your actual bill is paid in Indian rupees, and then when that finally appears in your credit card statement, it's a different thing. So we try at Ayurooms to take away the guesswork. That if we say that the price is 3,000 euros, it's 3,000 euros and you don't pay a dime more. Unless there are things that you want in your package that are not there that you then discover when you're there. So we're very clear about what's included, what's not included, and there's a great deal of price transparency. And I think that is absent because you don't know really what you're getting into, and what's included and what's not included. And you might have to deal with certain things, like even after you've booked a particular place, they might write to you, like you might have sent them your flight details, and 2 days before your trip you'll find out that they don't have your flight details, or you show up and there's no one there to pick you up. So one of the things IU Rooms does is that we know how to troubleshoot. We know the common experiences that people have, and if you get there and your room is not ready, we address that issue. If you get the wrong room, we fix it. If the doctors are not paying enough attention to you or not hearing you out properly, we take it up with management. So we intervene on behalf of our clients to make sure that they get the level of care that they deserve, that they get the hospitality that they deserve, they get the room that they had paid for, and that the hotel, the resort, the Ayurveda center honors every one of the commitments that we have made to our clients.